What's going on, guys? It is your boy Rico, aka RockStarr or RockStarrFX here, back with another video. And today I'm gonna be dropping some more sauce on y'all. We're gonna be going over one of my absolute favorite indicators that I use in almost every single strategy, whether it be trading Forex, right, on MetaTrader 4, or binary options, which all you guys know by now, I trade heavy binary options. But I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite indicator and, more importantly, how to use it, because I've been getting so many questions about this indicator, and I see a lot of you actually do use it, but I don't think you really understand it to its full potential. And I know that if you can get it down packed as far as how it's used, how to get better at it, what you're looking for, and what time frames it works best on, I know for a fact we can take your trading to a whole nother level. And maybe, just maybe, you might want to start implementing this and using it within your strategy as well. So, as always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, do that right now. But we're going to roll the intro and get to it.
I feel just like a rock star.
Alright, what is going on, rock stars, man? We are back, and today we're going to be talking about an indicator that has absolutely changed my life. In fact, I don't think there's a strategy that I have that I don't implement or at least look at this indicator when trying to test a strategy or just getting some good, entry points or whatever the case may be. And the indicator is the Stochastic Oscillator. Now, I know I recently did a video about the Stochastic Oscillator. It wasn't even recently, actually. I think it was over a year ago. But the focus of that video was to focus on how to use the indicator when scalping the Forex market, which is, like, as you guys probably know, MetaTrader 4 is what we talk about when we say scalping the Forex market. And it was more MetaTrader 4 based. Since then, I have moved on to trading more binary options, and I have carried this indicator over with me in trading binary options. And I know now a lot of my viewers, a lot of you guys that are watching me, you're either getting into binary options or you already trade binary options. And I wanted to go ahead and introduce this to you if you don't already know about it, but more importantly, show you how I use it when I trade so that you can start implementing it as well. And I know, like I said before, it will absolutely help you with getting your entry points, because as you guys know, when we trade binary options, it's all about time and placement, right? Time and placement. I know, sounds cliche as hell, right? But time, the amount of time that you get into a trade, getting in at the right time, and then placement, getting in at that perfect price or our entry point, right? So let's go ahead, let's jump straight into it. Before we do that, as always, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna announce the winner of the RockStarr giveaway, $50 giveaway. Every single week. All you gotta do is drop a comment down below to automatically be placed in the raffle. I use a random comment picker to pick a winner every single time I upload once a week. And this week's winner is Keith Crandell. Keith Crandell, hopefully I said that right. He said, "You are the truth!" Exclamation mark with the New York and the little apple. So I'm guessing you're in New York too, bro. If you are, let's link up, man. But Keith Crandell just won $50. All right, for dropping a comment on last week's video. Appreciate you. Keep the love going. And we're going to get into this stochastic right now. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. As I said before, we're going to be talking about the Stochastic Oscillator. And if you guys don't know what the Stochastic Oscillator is, allow me to enlighten. So the Stochastic Oscillator is a momentum-based indicator, and it pretty much uses support and resistance levels, right? And we don't even have to mark this up. That's the best part about it. But it uses support and resistance to identify potential reversal points. That's right, it uses support and resistance to identify reversals, okay? So the reason why I'm saying this, and the reason why and how this kind of looks is, I'll go ahead, I'll put a little example on the screen right here. But as you guys see, and we're gonna go more in depth into this in the chart as well, but as you guys can see, if we're looking at the charts above, you guys see the reversal points, and you also see a reaction of the stochastics happening at the same exact time. So let's jump into my charts really quickly, and let's talk about it. So we're gonna blow the stochastic up real quick. All right. And this is how it looks. So first and foremost, when you're on TradingView.com, by the way, if you don't already have a TradingView, make sure you get a TradingView. You can't be a trader without a TradingView.com account. So down in the description below, go click that link, get yourself a TradingView. You get a $15 credit, I get a $15 credit, and it's a win-win situation, right? But you're going to go up to the indicators tab right on top. It's going to say indicators. It has a little FX logo, a little FX symbol on it, okay? And you're gonna click that. Once you do that, you're gonna type this in, STOCH. Now, if you trade binary options, there aren't really a lot of brokers that pretty much allow you to use some of the features that TradingView has on this platform. But I do know there are some, like Pocket Option, for example, that does allow you to chart up and mark up while you're actually trading on the broker. I know IQ Options as well. It's not in the US, so I can't use IQ Options. But IQ Options allows you to do it too. That's a really popular binary options broker as well. But I use Pocket Option. And yes, for everyone that asks me over and 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 over again, yes, I live in New York, okay, guys? So you can use Pocket Option in the US. And yes, you can withdraw. And no, there are no problems. And yada, yada, yada. You just got to do your research, man. You got to get good at this, all right? But anyway, going back to Stochastic. If you're on your broker, type in Stochastic. If you're on your TradingView, type in Stochastic. You're going to see this pop up right here. We're going to go ahead and click it. Now, I already have mine up, so I am not going to click it. I'm just going to go to my settings to show you guys how I set this up. Now, by default, okay, your Stochastic will be at 14.33. Some of you may even have 14.11. So it'll look like this, okay? It'll look like that. What I like to do is, number one, I lower it to 5, and I'm going to explain why. And I change these to 3 and 3. Here's why. Because when you add the 3, 3, okay, typically when it's on 1, 1, you're only going to see one stochastic line. So I'm zooming in so you guys can see this a little bit better. There's only one line here, okay? When I trade, I like to see 2 of them. And there's a reason to it. There's a method to my madness, okay? So just follow along with me. You can change it to 5, 3, 3. And these are my settings. Now, these style settings, they don't really matter too much because for the most part, this is just colors, right? So these are my custom colors. Whenever I have red, that means sell. Whenever I see blue, that means buy, so on and so forth. But these 2 white lines, these 2 settings up top, these are the actual momentum lines, okay? So these are the actual stochastic lines that you're going to want to focus on. And then as far as your upper band and your lower band, you want to make sure that it's set to 80 and 20, okay? Now, let's go to the inputs really quick. And let me break this down for you because I know it's going to be quite a bit of confusion on this as well. So the reason why I changed this default from 14 to 5, I know a lot of people and a lot of traders kind of leave it on 14. And as you guys know, so when we're trading binary options, a lot of the times we're on the lower time frames. So I trade anywhere from the 3-minute to the 15-minute time frame, which is a very quick and short period of time. So it's not really the same as a lot of MT4 traders that typically trade on what? The 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily, right? And even some stock traders, right? Because I know there's a lot of stock traders that trade on what? They trade on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, right? So on and so forth, right? So being that we're trading on a lower time frame, it helps out a lot to lower this as well. So when we're talking about the stochastic, what the stochastic is, check this out. So what the stochastic is, right? I don't want to get it wrong. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. So the term stochastic refers to a point of a current price in relation to the price range over a period of time. All right. So this term stochastic refers to a point of the current price. So we're looking at the current price, okay, in relation to its price range over a period of time. So this 5, changing this 5 right here, will change the period of time and the relationship, okay? So if I have it at a smaller setting, we're looking at a shorter period of time, which means my stochastic is going to be a lot faster. If I keep it at 14, okay, let me just bump it up to 14 real quick so you guys can see that. So if I change it to 14, you see it's a lot slower. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? So you see how it got bigger when it was at 14? It was a longer period of time versus when I changed it to 5, boom, it condensed, it got smaller, okay? So that's what I'm looking for because I'm looking for smaller and quicker reversals in the market. Remember, this can be used for scalping and it can also be used for binary options. Now, if you're using this to scalp in MetaTrader 4, okay, then obviously, yes, based on your time frame that you're trading on, like if you're trading the 1 hour, so on and so forth, then you might want to, yes, bump it up a little bit, and go for a larger stochastic because you're trading a longer period of time. But if you are hyper scalping and trading binary options, and that's what we're focused on in this video, then yes, I keep it at 14. I know a lot of traders usually switch it up between 4 and 6, right? So 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. I think I said 14 a few seconds ago. I meant to say 5, okay? But 4, 5, and 6 is typically what I see binary options traders use their stochastic on. I keep it in the middle, right at 5. So 5, 3, 3. Now, when we're looking at the stochastic oscillator, this is how it works. So I talk a lot about overbought and oversold markets, okay? And to just kind of break it down for everybody here, especially for some of my new viewers, these are two terms that I want you to write down and remember, okay? Check it out. Overbought, okay? Oversold. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, before I move on, I want to make it really clear that technically speaking, because I know we always have those technical people in the comments, the know-it-alls, blah, blah, blah. Technically speaking, there is no such thing as an overbought or an oversold market. It doesn't physically exist. But these are two terms that we use to kind of simplify the highs and the lows in the market to make it easier for people to understand, especially a lot of new traders. So the market is either overbought or the market is oversold. If we're looking at an overbought market, that means too many people are buying and the price or the value is very, very high, then what eventually happens in an overbought market? People start to sell. They start to sell off and take profit, right? On the flip side, if we're looking at an oversold market, okay, if there's too many people selling and it's at a low price, all right, I want you guys to think about this for a second. If it's at a very low price, what typically tends to happen? Buyers come in and they buy low so that they can sell high. If you've ever heard the term before, buy low, sell high before, right? Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've heard it. Let me know where you heard it, because it's not just for trading, right? This goes for investing. This goes for real estate. So where have you heard the term buy low, sell high before? Even sneaker flipping, right? You flip sneakers. You want to buy a sneaker at a low price. So what? The value can increase. And as the value increases, it gets to a certain point, and then boom, you sell it high, right? That's the same exact concept that we look at here in the market. So if we're looking at our stochastic, very simple. Our momentum line, this is our white line right here, okay? The white line is the momentum line. And as it starts to increase in price or increase in value, whatever you want to call it, momentum starts to gain, it's going to cross up right here at this red dotted line that I have here. And this red dotted line is right here, my upper band, right here, the 80 mark. So as the market continues and it crosses above the upper band, which is the 80 mark, we are now in an overbought market, okay? Now, as we know, what goes up must come down, okay? So what goes up must come down, and as we're looking in the overbought market, we should be looking for what? Sells, okay? So if the market is overbought, we are typically looking for sells. All right. Now I'm talking about this strategy. I know I did another video very early on talking about how to get quick scalps in the market, catching it right before the overbought and riding it up a few pips before it reverses. In this video, we're talking about that actual reversal. All right. We're trading binaries, right? So I'm talking about that actual reversal. So overbought markets, we are looking for sells. Okay. Just want to make that clear. So as you guys see here, once it crossed up the 80, it continued up for a little bit, and then what happened? Dropped down for the sell, okay? Let's look at the next example. Same thing, crossed up above the 80, right? Dropped down for the sell, okay? Again, crossed up above the 80, dropped down for the sell. So whenever the markets are above the 80, like this right here, this right here, and this right here, these are considered overbought markets, and we are looking for potential reversals. On the flip side, okay, same exact thing, but the opposite way, when it's below the 20, okay, so when we have our markets below the 20, and we want to get a nice, a nice little U there. Sometimes you can catch the V's, but the V's are like very quick, right? They're very quick reversals. Like this, for example, this was a quick one, boom, right? Boom. But when it's below the 20, crosses down under the blue, it comes back up, and we're looking for buys. So when we're talking about oversold, okay, oversold markets, what are we looking for? Gotcha right now. Got you right now. We're looking for buys. Okay, we're looking for buys. All right. Now, I'm not going to go too much into depth with this stuff, guys, because I do trainings on this pretty much every week with my group. All right. But look, overbought, oversold, buy, sells. I think I broke it down pretty good. Hopefully, you should be able to understand it by now, right? So let's go ahead and erase. Boom. So we're going to open up the actual charts, and we're going to start looking at some actual examples of how this would look in the market. So right now, I'm on the 5-minute time frame. I know a lot of people ask me, yes, typically when I trade the 3-minute and the 5-minute on binary options. So I'm on the 5-minute chart right now. We're going to look for some potential reversals using pretty much what we know about the market, and then also the stochastic oscillator. By the way, look at this. We actually have a nice inverted head and shoulders right here too. Ta-da! But aside from that, let's go ahead and here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to plot up some really quick levels. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I do want to get to the actual stochastic and how we use it. Okay, so boom, quick levels, right? So some quick levels, really quick for the sake of getting through this training. I'm not really focusing on the levels. I'm focusing more on the stochastic itself. Now, as we're looking at these levels, here's what I want you to understand. We talk about, and I teach my group this all the time, there's a difference between trade setups, okay, and I want you to write this down. Trade setups, okay? So what you look for to get into a trade, and then trade entry points. There's a difference. A lot of people confuse that. So you have the setup, and then you have the entry. You have the setup, and then you have the entry. You have the setup, and then you have the entry. The setup consists of confirmations. So you want to collect multiple confirmations within your setup to be able to determine when you enter. Now, a big question that a lot of people have when trading binary options is, when do I enter the trade? Because your trade setup isn't always going to give you the exact entry point in binaries. What I use for a lot of my entry points is the stochastic, and not just the indicator itself, overbought and oversold. I use what I call the stochastic cross. Now, I'm about to change your life. I swear, if I stay on YouTube for another year or two, there will be no point in you guys joining me at IM Academy, because I'm going to give you everything for free. No, but seriously, click the link down below if you guys want to work with me. Click the link down below, all right? Because we got some people cashing out. We cash out like a cash cow out here, guys. We making a lot of money out here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to lift this thing back up, and I'm going to show you guys what the cross looks like. It's so simple. So whenever we're looking at our momentum lines, it's not just about them coming above this area right here. It's about them crossing in the direction that I'm looking the market to actually go in. So if we see all these right here, right? You guys see that? When the two white lines, oops, it's supposed to be on a call right now. It's all good. You guys are more important. So when you see the two white lines, like this, for example, oops, nope. Ba-ba-bang. When the two white lines cross each other going in the direction that you're looking to trade. So if I'm looking for sells, I want them to cross going down. All right. If I'm looking for buys, on the flip side, I want them to cross going up. When they cross in the direction that you're looking to trade, this is when you enter. Now, is this 100% accurate? No, there's nothing that's 100% accurate. But when you collect some additional confirmations, I always look for a couple, right? When you collect additional confirmations and you have these stochastic cross go hand in hand, I guarantee you, savage mode, straight savage mode. So you want to see the nice overbought and the oversold as a confirmation, and then the entry is going to be the cross as it's coming down, going in that direction. So let's go back to what we were looking at right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and we're going to look at some stochastic crosses. We're going to back test. By the way, if you missed my last video about back testing, right, make sure you go watch that because it's fire. All right, one of my top secrets. No, it's not really a secret, but go watch that. All right, and we're going to back test just the stochastic cross and how much it actually works. All right, and we're going to do that just based off of some of these levels that I plotted, right? So let's look at this one, for example. This one looks like a pretty solid one that we would have entered and cleared, okay? So look at this. If I were to look at this setup right here, okay? So we're focused right here. You guys see this nice reversal come down, which is also at a nice resistance level, right? Level of resistance, you guys see here. So as the market came up and hit this level right here, it reacted. It reacted in a nice reversal and started to make its way down, okay? Now, if we're looking at our stochastic, and I go ahead and I put a vertical line right where the stochastic crossed at, you guys see this? Stochastic crossed right here. Right there, we have that nice reversal candle, right? Right, nice reversal candle. And for my binary options traders, you know, you only need about one candlestick to be, correct, right? So if I were in, this is the 5-minute time frame, I did anywhere from a 5 to 10 minute trade, which is 1 to 2 candlesticks out, we would have 1,000% cleared this trade. This was actually a huge drop in the market. You guys see that? So a nice big drop coming down. All right, so we're looking for some clean reversals. That's what I'm going to focus on just for the sake of this training. We're going to look at some clean reversals. All right, so boom. It's a nice clean one. I mean, it's not too clean, but it's pretty clean. All right, we're going to line it up right here where they cross. So it crossed here, all right, and then it crossed again over here. So as you guys see, the second cross was right there, okay? And again, we're lining this up. There you go. Now, I know people in the comments are going to ask, why didn't we get in on this cross, the first one? It just doesn't make sense. The market's consolidating right here, right? It's consolidating, okay? And it's not even at a high. So we know we have our previous level right here from this trade that we would have taken, right? So we plotted up this previous resistance, boom, and we line it up over here, and it's almost the same exact price point. By the way, for everybody that trades, right, for everyone that watched my teacup video, right, check it out. For the sell. You see that? Nice little sell. So this is why it's good to get good at multiple strategies, not just focusing on one, but just learning the markets, understanding the markets in general, and you'll see some nice setups like this. But yeah, that is a nice teacup right there. All right, you get that right here, came up, retest, and boom. Right there, we also have the stochastic cross right there at that same exact level, and pretty much the same price that we got in the first time, right? They're pretty much identical. If we go ahead and drop this a little bit, so boom, you see that? Same exact price. So that was a nice setup. So go ahead and look at the next one. So I actually like this one right here. This one is solid. If you guys remember, right, one of the very first videos I did on this channel as this channel started to take off was my candlestick reversals, okay? And one of the reversals I went over was the hammer reversal, right? So not only are we at like a nice little level of support right here that I plotted this up, right? So you got a nice support level, okay? But check this out. We also have a reversal candle. So we have a hammer. This is a hammer, guys. So we have a nice hammer, which indicates the reversal for us. And we also have our stochastic cross. So I'm going to go ahead and put the vertical line right here. Okay. Boom. All right. So this is where the stochastic crossed at. It looks like it was in between these two candlesticks. Right. So yeah, it officially crossed. As you guys see, I can't put the line there because it was in between two candles. So right there it crossed. Okay. But we would have gotten right here on this hammer. All right. Now, by the way, guys, if you haven't already done so, make sure you go check out my candlestick reversal video. There was a lot of good feedback, a lot of views on that. And candlestick reversals are one of the main things that I look for when we're trading, because obviously we are trading reversals, right? So we got this nice hammer that aligns with the stochastic cross. And again, look at this, going straight up, right? So you would have cleared this, whether you got in from 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candlesticks, you would have absolutely cleared this trade. So we just went over 3 back-to-back examples, right? Right here off the top, creating that first, let's just say resistance, for example, right? Create that first drop, boom, comes right back up, retest the same level that we previously got in at for another stochastic cross, and it drops, okay? Comes down a little bit, all right? Consolidates, so get some nice consolidation. No real up or down movement, moving kind of sideways. But within this sideways movement, what do we have? We have this right here. So it makes a new low, right? Breaks down, makes a low, and the low is actually a hammer. So we have a hammer candlestick, all right, which pushes up right off of the stochastic cross again. You guys see that? Stochastic cross shoots up. Boom. Like, you can't make this stuff up, guys. This literally happens like clockwork. Clockwork, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this next one. This is a nice drop right here, okay? We got a nice drop right here. Same exact thing. We'll put a horizontal line at the stochastic cross. Boom. Stochastic crossed right here, and we got a nice drop. You guys see that? And then last but not least, all right, this is the last example I'm going to go over, is right here, okay? All right, right here. I mean, this one, we did have an oversold here.
But here's the thing too, guys. Again, we're not looking at this by itself, right? We're not looking at it by itself. You always want to pair it up with other confirmations, other indicators, all right? It's not going to be 100% accurate, but there are way more setups on it that are accurate than that are not. So look, huge drop right here, okay? And this was actually, look, we already had this plotted up. I don't know from where, right? But, oh, I think this was the, what was it, support? This was support back here, which became resistance over here. But comes up, it broke this support, comes up, retests the level of support for a massive drop. But look, at the retest of that support, at the retest of that level, what do we have? Stochastic cross. Right before the drop, the stochastics crossed. So are you guys seeing the pattern here? Are you seeing how this works? Right before the drop, the stochastic cross. Now remember, to get good at trading, right? Get good at trading, it's not gambling, okay? It's not guessing, but it's being able to identify, being able to make a prediction of where the markets is going to go next based off of what we see and what we know about what it's already done, okay? So pretty much catching those reversals, right? Because we're trading reversals. We want to be able to catch the reversals right before they happen. Look how all of this, right? All of our stochastic crosses happen right before the reversal. And yes, this works on all time frames, guys. It literally does. It works on all time frames. You can use it on all time frames. I'm just using the 5 because we're talking about binaries, and this is my favorite binary options indicator. All right. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, aside from plotting up those like support, resistance zones and stuff like that, you can add to like maybe some Bollinger Bands. Remember, I said multiple confirmations, right? So if we're just looking at, look, I just added some Bollinger Bands to the screen. Look how our Bollinger Bands adds up perfectly, right? The highs and the lows, right? Look at this. We got a low point on the Bollinger Band right here, stochastic cross going up, right? Boom, would have cleared. High point right here, stochastic cross. High point right here, stochastic cross. All right? It lines up perfectly. I'm telling you guys, this is clockwork, man. It is clockwork. But hopefully all of that made sense. If you guys want to get better at actually implementing and using the stochastic and some of the other, indicators or other confirmations that I pair it up with, hit me up to join NextGen or just click the link down below. Make sure you get the HFX package, because that is the binary options pack. And to answer your questions before you even ask them, yes, we do live trading. Yes, we do have an academy that videos you can watch. And yes, you will get personal one-on-one mentorship with myself as well. We have groups and everything like that for you to utilize. And like I said before, we are creating some absolute savages on the charts. If you guys are not already in my free Telegram group, go down to the description, right? And click the button to join my Telegram group for all updates. We do free trade sessions sometimes, so on and so forth. But you guys definitely want to make sure that you're in the Telegram because it's getting crazy in there. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you made it all the way to the end, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below with some feedback. Let me know some of your questions, man. I'll answer some of your questions and might even do it in the form of a video. But then also remember, we do the weekly $50 giveaway, and just by dropping a comment, that automatically puts you in the raffle to participate in that as well. But hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. This is your boy Rico, aka RockStarrFX out here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.
Feel just like a rock star.